Welcome to another video where we are going to create a TikTok extension that is able to analyze any profile on TikTok and find the best performing videos. How it works? Well, very simple. Just one click and boom, we will get all the videos sorted by the number of the views. So if that's something that interests you, make sure that you stick around. In order for us to create Chrome extension, let's first create the structure of the files that we are going to have. So here, inside this folder, I'm just going to create some additional directories. So it will be CSS, JS, and we are going to need some icons for our Chrome extension. On top of that, we will need to have one HTML file for the pop-up. Okay, so I'll call that one pop-up. And let's maybe say just TikTok, and we will need to have one JSON file and we call it manifest.json. And if you don't know what is the JSON, recently I have published a tutorial where I'm explaining everything that you need to know about JSON, so you will be able to find it here. So let's define it. So first we need to define some object. Oops. Look that this didn't save properly. Give me a sec. Okay. And there are a couple of the things that we need to define so that Chrome will know what our extension is all about. So first one is the name. So we'll just keep it simple. Let's say TikTok. Then we need to have some description. And let's say find best performing videos on TikTok. Okay, we need to specify our icons, so we are going to maybe have only two, so let's say 48. This is actually the size of the icon for different screens, and 128. We can support some others, but this is just a tutorial so you understand how to create different sizes. Next thing that we need to define is what will be the version that we are going to have of this extension. So let's say this will be version 1.0, and then we are going to define manifest version. Okay, manifest version. And manifest version that you are going to use is the latest one from the web store, which is version 3. The next thing that we need to define is action. Action is pretty much like what happens when someone clicks on the extension icon. So we are going to have default pop-up, and this will be our popup.html that we just created. And then we are going to have some default title for this one. And then we can use the same. It's not that much important. Next thing is host permissions. So this means where do we want to allow our extension to actually run, and we are only going to do it on one place, which will be the TikTok. So we are not going to publish on any other websites, so that's enough. And let's now see what we have. So first let's grab some icons. So we can go to the website like flaticon.com, search for, let's say, TikTok, and then we have a lot of those that we are like allowed to use if we give a credit back to the author. So what we can do is, this one is actually nice, this one as well, this is not bad either, but let's not spend time on it, so I'll just grab this one. And what is important here is, if you want to download for free, we will need to give a credit, and here is like explanation how to do it. I'm definitely going into my video and I will include this link. So I'm going to download the one that is allowed, so it's 108 pixels. Okay, it's free download. Okay. I will grab that one. Okay, icons, paste here. I will say this one is 128. And now I will go to this website and I'm just going to quickly resize. So I will resize to the 48, and you can easily do the same to resize for other different sizes that you might need. For now, this one is good enough. I just want to show you the process. Okay. Oops. Okay, and now I will move to the icons. Okay, now let's see what will happen. So you need to go to the Chrome extensions, check out the developer mode, and when you check it in, you'll be able to load unpack. So find your directory and hit select folder. And now, if there is something missing or something that we didn't do properly, it is going to save here. And what it says that we didn't specify the icons, which is correct. We need to specify, so it's icons/png. Oops. And 128. Retry, and boom, now it works. Cool. Now, if you go to TikTok, and by the way, if you don't follow me there, make sure that you do. I'm posting a lot of funny videos. Anyway, now our extension will be here. So I'll click here. And when we click here, boom, now our extension is running, but there is no design, there is nothing. So for that reason, I'm going to download the Bootstrap, and also I'm going to download the jQuery. So to download the jQuery, just go to the jQuery.com/download. Click here. Okay, save as JS. Cool. Now we need to get the Bootstrap because it's much easier just to download, to use Bootstrap and design anything. Okay, download. Okay, and I'm just going to get the CSS, so I will get those two. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick, so my voice is quite cranking. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, now inside of the pop-up, let's not sure why it's not pulling for me, but okay. And down below we are going to include the jQuery because definitely we are going to need it. So I will just say JS jQuery. Okay. Now let's design some page for us. So this is basic from the Bootstrap. I'm not going to explain too much about this. So we just need to have one container. Inside of the container I'm going to have one row and one column that is full screen, since grid is 12 columns. And that's it. And now we can say here something like, just to test it. Okay, I'll come here, refresh, come here, click, and now we see please wait. Okay, so that's solid. Now let's design our extension. So we can use inline, but I love to keep things like this. So, and I will just grab it like this. It's faster. Okay, and then here I'm just going to define something for the body. So let's say we will have width, I don't know, 500 pixels. And then we can have, let's say, margin top 10 pixels. Should be enough for now. Okay, we need to refresh. Why it's not working? Let's see. Oops, that's why it doesn't pull, because we are using the style instead of CSS. Yeah, beginner mistakes. Yeah, now it's solid. Okay, so now You may ask, okay, that's all cool. We are doing the basics so far, but how we are going to get a list of all the videos from this page, and how we are going to sort them, and how we are going to like show it inside of the Chrome extension. So here's the thing. First, what you need to understand is that each Chrome extension have two different types of scripts. So there are scripts that are inside of the Chrome extension, and there are scripts that are pretty much like content scripts that are able to access the page. So let me show you what I mean by that. So first, let's create one JS where we can say this is going to be Popup.js, and then we are going to have another one that will be Page.js. So the one that is for the pop-up, it is obviously the one that will be able to access the pop-up only. So I'm just going to say here JS pop-up, and now let's write some code. We can just say console log, and I will just say it's pop-up. Okay, so when I go here and click again, let's now see the console. You can see now inside of the pop-up console it says it's pop-up, but if we open the page console, obviously it's very hard to find it here, but definitely the data is not there because this script doesn't have access to the page content. So in order to have the access to the page content, what we need to do is inside of the manifest.json we need to add content scripts, and it will be an array, and inside of this array we will have a list of objects, and each object is going to define and give more data about the content script that you are going to have. So we need to define when it's going to run add, so we can say on the document start. Now we need to specify what are those JSON files. So again, it's going to be an array. So first one will be JS, and then inside the manifest it will not generate, so I'll just copy and paste. And then another one that we are going to have will be JS Page.js. Okay, so let's see now. When we hit reload, it is going to say that match is required for the content scripts, which is fine. So for that reason we just need to define on what page our script will be allowed to run, and it is going to be pretty much the same as the host permission because that's the only place where we are going to run. So let's retrieve again, and boom, now it works. Okay, cool. Now there is something that also you need to understand. When we click here, content script will never get executed until you call it. Not really never, because what we can do is inside of this page script we can have something like instantly start executing. Okay, so let's put it like here so that we can easily see it. And if we go back, refresh the page, let's check the console. You can see the content script has been immediately executed, but that's not something that we want. We want to execute this script only when someone click on this extension, because if we don't like specify that, when someone click, nothing will happen. So we will never be able to move the data from the content script to the extension. Of course, there are some ways on how we can set up that, but it's very hard to do and quite complex, so I'm going to show you a much easier way to do it. So what we are going to do here is when someone opens the pop-up where we print this message, we want to send a message to the content script that we want to get all the data about videos, and then we will display inside of the Chrome extension. So how we are going to do it? So first, I'm going to say here that only when the document is ready, I want to execute this code. And then from here, what we need to do is from the pop-up script, this one here, we need to send a message. So how do we send the message? So first we need to get the list of all the tabs that we have that are active. So what you are going to say here is we want active, true, and we also want that it is the current window. So we do not want others windows. And then we need to set up some callback function that will be tabs, okay? And let's now print to the console what we have, okay? So let's see. Okay, so I will refresh, reload the page, click here. Now let's see the console. Boom, it is an array, and we can see that we have only one because we said we want only for the current window. And we click here, this is the data for the current tab that we are in. So it shows the URL, it shows other data, but what we actually need is this ID of the tab so that we can send the message to the content script inside of this tab. Okay, so how we are going to do it? We are going to say here cron.tabs.send message. Okay, so what we need to have here is first is where we are sending, so it is going to be tabs.id. Next one will be the data that we are sending to that tab, so we can just say get list. Okay, and then we also need to have callback function, so I'll say response. Okay, boom, so that's it. Now we are sending the message to the Chrome extension, to the content script, and we need to create a listener on this content script. So how we are going to do it? So we are going to say chrome.runtime.add listener, and then inside of this listener we are going to have a function where we have the request, the sender, and the callback function, which is pretty much callback or the function where we want to send the response to, which is pretty much our pop-up script. Okay, and now from here let's maybe just first clear the console, and then let's print the request so that we verify that actually this listener did catch the call or the message from the pop-up. So let's see. Okay, reload, page refresh. Okay, we have some issue here. Let me see. It says chrome.runtime.addListener is not a function. So let's see what's wrong. So it looks that I have forgot to add on message. So we will receive for on message a listener. So let's see now. Okay, let's clear all errors. Okay, now it looks fine. Let's see what happens when I click on the icon. Boom. Now it is cleared, and this is the request from pop-up script, which is amazing. That's exactly what we need to do. However, what you will notice is if you go here, we are going to have some errors here. And if we click here, it will say the message port closed before a response was received, which means that this pop-up script is expecting us to return some data. So what we are going to do here, first I'm going to say return true, which means as long as I don't call this callback function, the port between the pop-up script and the content script will be opened for communication, and it will not be closed. So first thing that I want to do is say here if request.getList, which means that we want to filter only the message from our pop-up script. Okay, and I will just move everything there. Cool. And then I'm going to use the callback, and I will just send some data. So let's say success true. Cool. So let's see now, will we still have the error, or it will be fine now? Okay, click, boom, it's cleared, get list, all good. Now when we come back here, there isn't an error anymore, which is exactly what we want to have. Cool, that's amazing. Now let's proceed with actually writing the functionality for our script, where we are actually going to analyze the content on the page and throw it back to the pop-up. So let me show you how to do it. So first, let's go to this page and let's find what we have on the page and let's analyze the content. So we have the video, but we want to find the element that is this entire, not a little bit, so pretty much like where we have the everything. So let's see. Okay. Okay, so this is how they create. So we have this, and then this is the container for each video, and that's pretty much what we want to find. So we can easily find it by this class, or let's see, do we have something better? I think if we use this user post item, or maybe let's just use this class. So what we can do is we can say here, let's say we are going to have one, let's say it will be videos. Okay, and then we can say that we will go through each of these, okay, and try to analyze the content. So let's say we will create one object. Okay, so let's first say we want to find title, we want to find the link of the video, and maybe we want to find number of views. That's a must. So let's say 0 at the moment, just so we see. Okay, so how we can do it? So if we are here and we want to find the title, it's obviously here. Okay, so it's this, so second div, and then the A. So we can say like this dot find div equal 1. Attribute ref. So let's see what we are going to have. Okay. Okay, so refresh extension. Let's go to the console. Let's see. Okay, cool. So we were able to find the title for each of these, but this is actually not a title but the link. I made a mistake. The title is with the attribute title. Okay, so I will just copy this because this is going to be the link as well. So this is title and this is description, or this is actually link and this is title. So let's make a test for that. When you develop Chrome extension, it's quite slow and you need constantly to refresh, try, but you'll get used to it. Okay, now it's better. Now we have title, that's this undefined y, and we have link that is valid. So let me see what we are doing wrong here. So we are most likely accessing some other, yeah, so this is the one that we are accessing. Okay, so probably what we need to do is, it looks that this script is getting inside of this, so what we need to do is actually find maybe the number 1 and then go to the next element. Okay, let's see what will happen now. Are we doing it properly or not? Okay, cool, now it works. Obviously this is not a scripted video, so it will take me time to figure out things. Okay, so title, that's a good one. Link, it's a good one. Now we need to find number of views. So where we are going to find that? Okay, so let's try like this. So if we are here, okay, this one will be easy because it's strong with this. Okay, so okay, .txt, and now let's see, this should work just fine. Okay, click, boom, now it works. So we have link, we have title, we have number of views, it's all good. So now what we should do is convert these views so that we don't have this k, because we want to have a real number so that we can compare and sort the list of those titles. Okay, so how we are going to do it? So from here, so this is verified now, but I'm going to say if video dot number of views dot index of k bigger than or equal 0, which means we do have k in this number of views. What I'm going to do is we can say that our video will have number of views parsed equal, so we'll say of views dot replace, and we can say using regex. Okay, and now we just need to parse float, okay, and multiply by 1000 because k means 1000. Else what you are going to have is only this. So if there is no k, this is what we need to have, and it's smart to say here that we are going to have number of views parsed, and at the moment it's null, which means we don't have data, or we can maybe say 0, which is even better in this case. Okay, so let's reload. Okay, so let's click now. We do not print. I have removed that, so okay. My mistake. Okay, let's try now. Okay, boom. Okay, now this is good. So we can see here that number of views was 10.2k, but parsed is 10,200, which is exactly what we want to have. Okay, so now what we want to do is push this video to our videos. Okay, so we are going just to say videos dot push this video. Cool. And now what we want to do is sort all of our videos. So say videos dot sort, and then let's say we are going to have 2 videos, of course. And how we are going to do it? Oops. We can just return if bid number of views parse, let's say -8. Okay, so what it means is if it is positive number, b will be bigger than a, and otherwise it will be lower, so that way it will be able to sort. So let's now try to push to the console our videos and see, do we have it sorted? Okay, so we have 6 videos. Okay, so the first one is 10,000, 600, 400, 300, 280. So which means that all of this is exactly how we wanted to have it. And now finally all we need to do is just return this data to the pop-up. So I'm going to say here data videos. Okay, so now let's go to the pop-up and let's maybe print to the console the response that we have got and see did we transfer the data from the content script back to the pop-up. Okay, so I'll click here, nothing will be in our console, but let's see in this one. Boom, now we have got the data, we have success true, we got our data, and we have all the videos exactly as we want. Cool, now we have done the hardest part, now it's easy. We just need, so let's say this one will be progress, okay, and we can add maybe some class, say text center, it says please wait, and then here let's say we are just going to have some table. Okay, those are the classes from the Bootstrap. I'm not going to explain it here. Table head, oops, and some table rows. Okay, so let's say we will have the number, let's say views, title, and video, which will be the link, and we are going to have some table body. Okay, so now since we have the only one table body, we will say that we will each time to append just the data to that table body, and then here what we want to do is just go through the entire list of video that we just got. Okay, and we'll say table body dot append, and again maybe I can just copy, it will be faster. Okay, remove new lines, format this. Okay, let me quickly remove this. Okay, and here we will have dash something. So first one will be just I+1. So number of views is number of views. Then we had title, and we are going to have a link. So because it's Chrome extension and we don't have a lot of the space, oops, this doesn't work here. I will explain why. Okay, let's see what will happen now. Okay, reload the page. And boom, now what we have is we have all the data sorted inside of our Chrome extension, which is amazing. Not sure why we have this here. I need to clean this. Something here as well. Okay, so let me check that. This is why, and obviously this is why as well. Okay, cool. So now I want to clear the progress. Okay, so we want to display something different, so maybe videos by, and then we need to specify the user. So how we are going to get this username, we can easily get it probably from here. Okay, so oops, but we don't have it here. We need to pass the data from the content script to the to the pop-up. So we will do it like this. Okay, and now inside of the pop-up we will have request.user_id. Cool. And let's also improve that will be the size of our Chrome extension. Okay, so let's see now. Reload. Click. Okay, so it's not showing everything. Not sure what is wrong. Let's see the console. Do we have anything? So it says reference error request is not defined. Okay, that's my bad. Yeah, instead of response I said request. Cool. We are learning, guys. Okay, and boom, now it works and now it looks good. So what we can do, maybe just increase the size of this. So maybe we can just say 8:1 or something. Let's see, is it going to be too big? No, it's perfectly fine. So now one last thing that we need to do is, if you click on this view, you will notice that you will get this issue because it says your file couldn't be accessed because it doesn't exist. So what happens is pop-up will actually try to open, thinking that you are trying to open some additional page inside of pop-up, but that's not the case. We want to open it for real. So how we are going to handle that issue? So what we can do here is, inside of the pop-up for each of these, we can say that we are going to have, instead of ref, we are going to have data link, and then we are going to have some class, let's say open link. And then from here we can say that on each open link, when someone click, okay, and we do not want to like have so many, so I made a mistake. We should both of these move obviously after the loop. Okay, so here what we are going to do is we again need to send message to the content script that we want to open the link, and then content script will handle the opening. So we can say here just open link, and then say that our link will be this dot data link, and we are not going to have any response here, so we can just do it like this. Okay, so maybe you don't see, it will be like this. Okay, and now inside of the content script, let's listen for this hook or this message. So here what we can say at the top is if request dot open link. In that case, what we want to do is, in the body we want to append a link. So target is going to be blank. Okay, and there is no content at all. Okay, so here it will be request dot link, and what we need to do is to specify some ID so that we can find this. So let's say open link, and then all we need to do is just say open link and then dot click, and after that we want to remove this open link. Okay, so let's make a test. Fresh, reload. It's boring, I know. Okay, so click here. Boom, it all works. Let's try to click here. And now it works. So what is the reason? Something is not good. Let's see what. So on the page, oops, not on the page, but here we said we have the data link. Okay, which is correct. So let's print what we are getting here. Okay, there must be a reason what's going on. Okay, okay, so link is object, so why is that? It's because of this here. We need to say dot link. Okay, and maybe we can just say here ref hashtag. Okay, let's see now. Okay, so it's not opening again, it's opening the tiktok.com. So why is that? We'll need to print now. Let's see what we have here. Something is wrong. Okay. So let's see the console. So link is now not good for whatever reason, and it was before. So let's analyze this. Let's find out. So this is obviously wrong link. Okay. So let's see, will this work properly? Okay, now it works. Now it will be fine. So let's make a test. Boom, it works now. Amazing. So guys, I hope so that you have been enjoying this video. Sometimes we run into the problems that we need to fix, but if you try and you are persistent, you will make it. If you guys liked this video, please like it and share it to your friends. And also, if you want more content like this, make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you have any questions or anything, please ask in the comments below.